everybody, this is Anna from Boom Aerobics. Welcome back for another workout. Today our workout is going to be focused on knee health and knee injury prevention. To protect your knees, you really need strong glutes, strong quads. You need to focus on your ability to safely perform lateral movements and to have great balance. So those are going to be the 4 things that we're going to be focusing on in our workout today. Today's workout is going to be composed of 8 movements that we're going to do for 45 seconds each. It's going to be an all-standing workout, so you don't need a mat or any equipment. If you are already familiar with today's workout, you can go right ahead and click the link in the description below, and that'll take you to the start of the workout. Otherwise, we're going to go through some demos of the movements right now. As usual, there's going to be 2 variants, an easier variant shown on the left side of your screen and a harder variant shown on the right side. All right, our first move today, just to get loosened up, is going to be the high knees run. Again, drive those knees really high and pump those arms. If that's a little bit hard, you can just do a march version. Again, get those knees as high as you can. For our next move, we're going to start focusing on that lateral movement. So we're going to have you get a little bit low and just do 3 shuffles to each side. If that's a little bit more challenging, just sidestepping 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, that lateral movement. Our next movement is going to be the squat. Feet about hip width apart, sitting back like you're sitting in a chair. If that's a little bit hard, just keep it a little bit higher and do a nice half squat. Our next movement is going to be some butt kick variants. So you're going to spread your legs nice and wide, arms up in the sky. You're going to do a butt kick with a wide formation to get those glutes going, and pull your hands down as you run. If that's a little bit challenging, it's just going to be a standard sort of butt kick march. So I'm going to show you that from the side, just kicking your butt as you march. Our next move is going to focus on some of your hamstrings, both flexibility and strength. So our more challenging variant is going to be an unweighted deadlift. So you're going to kind of pretend like you're holding a weight. You're going to bend over as low as you go, come back up, pull that pelvis forward, and repeat. If that's a little bit more challenging for you, we're going to do a good morning. The good morning, you can just put your hands up like this and bend over, come back up. You're really using the hamstrings for both of those moves. Our next movements are going to be really focused on that lateral balance. So this is going to be a variant of what we call a skater. So you're going to step nice and wide like this. And you're really staying low and then balancing on that one leg as you extend the other leg behind you. The variant of that movement is just going to be a nice wide step with a toe tap. Again, you're really balancing on one leg and working on that lateral movement. Our next movement is again going to be focused on that glute strength and lateral movement. It's helpful to have a cone or a water bottle that you can step over in this exercise. So you're going to start on one side and you're going to step nice and high over that object. This is really good for balance for these glutes. If that's a little bit hard, you can start with a lower object or just take the object away entirely. But again, practice stepping sort of as high as you can. All right, our final movement is going to focus on both the quads and the glutes. So it's going to be a squat, and at the top of the squat, we're going to throw in a leg lift. A squat and a leg lift, alternating sides. If that's a little bit challenging for you, just go with a lower squat and then just a little side toe tap. Lower squat, side toe tap, just like that. Now that you know the moves, let's get started.
All right, so you are going to start with high knees. You're either going to do the march version of that, or you can do a nice high knees run. Either way, with this motion, you're just getting warmed up for the rest of your exercise. So you really want to get those knees up nice and high and really pump your arms. In this workout routine, you are going to be doing each move for 45 seconds, and we're just going to run those 45 seconds one into another. So this move is really getting you warmed up, starting to activate those quads and those glutes that you're going to be using throughout the rest of the workout. Just a few more seconds here, so really push to the finish. This should get you sweating. All right, we are moving into the next move here, which is focusing on lateral movements. So you're either going to be doing a lateral shuffle where you do sort of like a speedy shuffle, 3 steps to each side, or if that's a little bit more challenging for you, you're just going to do 3 side steps in a row. Again, you're really focusing on safely performing that lateral movement, using those glutes to stabilize. These are 2 sort of cardio heavy movements in a row, so you should be really starting to feel that. Just a few more seconds here. All right, now we are switching into our next movement, which is going to be a squat. Again, with the squat, please make sure you're really focused on keeping your knees right above your ankles and having your bum really pull back, sit back like you're sitting in a chair, as opposed to just pushing your knees forward. If doing a full squat where you get down to parallel is challenging for you, just go however far down you can. So it can just be like a little half or a quarter squat. But again, that movement is like sitting in a chair. This is really working on the quadricep strength, which will help protect your knees. All right, we are done there. Now we are moving into a butt kick. So for this butt kick, you can do it sort of 2 ways. One is just sort of a butt kick march. So you should be kicking that bum, driving those heels nice and high. The other one, we're gonna have you take sort of a wider stance, pulling side to side, which will activate those glutes more, and have you use the upper body a little bit too for this motion, just to get your whole body engaged. Just 5 more seconds with this movement before we move on to our next movement. Our next movements are targeted at your hamstrings. You can either do a good morning, where you just put your hands like you're holding a weight on your back and hinge from the waist and lean forward, really feeling a stretch in your hamstrings. Or you put your arms straight out in front of you and you bend down towards the ground. Again, you should really be trying to get as close to your toes as you can with this unweighted deadlift. And you should really be focusing on feeling the stretch and then the pull in your hamstrings as we pull back up. Just a few more here. All right, we are moving into our next movement. This is, again, practicing one of those lateral movements. So you're going to be doing a skater, which is a wide step, and then you extend the back foot out. So you're really focusing on your balance and using all the muscles on the lateral side of your leg to really stabilize. If that's hard for you, just do a wide step with a toe tap, but really make sure you're focusing when you're doing that toe tap on that second where you're balancing on one foot and really making sure you're nice and stable. All right, the next movement here is a step over. So imagine you're stepping over an object, and that can be as high or as low as you're able to do so. But the focus here, again, is really on using those stabilizing muscles on the outside of the bum, which really lead to a lot of knee protection. When I was recovering from an MCL tear, this was a very important move to start really getting all those muscles strengthened to help protect my knees going forward. Just a few more, so really go as high as you can here. All right, now we are moving into a squat with a leg lift. You are going to be alternating which side you're lifting the leg. So the squat is really working your quads, and then with that nice leg lift, you're really working that glute. Again, if this is challenging, just do a half squat and then a little toe tap out to the side. This is really quite challenging, so you're going to be focusing on balance as well during this exercise, regardless of which variant you use. All right, that's it.
you're done. Great work. I hope that your quads and your glutes are nice and tired after that workout. Today's workout should really help you protect your knees, and if you do this regularly, you should be really building up those muscles so that you have excellent knee health. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. Please feel free to check out some of our other workouts and click that subscribe button so you can be notified when we have new workouts. We'd love to hear your comments or see pictures of you working out below. Keep exercising and stay healthy. Thanks for joining us, guys.